Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I had intended to make this statement in the House of Commons, the appropriate place, in my view, for something as important as this. But the Speaker ruled that because it revisited controversial issues from yesterday, that was not appropriate. So I'm going to read you the statement I was about to make in the House. It'll take a couple of minutes. Before I start, the name of my constituency is Halton, Price and Howden. Halton Price is derived from medieval proverb meaning noble endeavour. Up until yesterday, I took the view that what we did in the House of Commons representing our constituents was a noble endeavour because with centuries of forebears we defended the freedoms of the British people. Or we did, up until yesterday. This Sunday is the anniversary of Magna Carta, the document that guarantees, that's most fundamental of British freedoms, habeas corpus, the right not to be imprisoned by the state without charge or reason. But yesterday this House decided to allow the state to lock up potentially innocent citizens for up to 6 weeks without charge. Now the counter-terrorism bill will in all probability be rejected by the House of Lords very firmly. After all, what should they be there for if not to defend Magna Carta? But because the impetus behind this is essentially political, not security, the government will be tempted to use the Parliament Act to overrule the Lords. It has no democratic mandate to do this, since 42 days was not in its manifesto. Its legal basis is uncertain, to say the least. But purely for political reasons, this government's going to do that. And because the generic security arguments relied on will never go away, technology, development of complexity and so on, we'll next see 56 days, 70 days, 90 days. But in truth, 42 days is just one, perhaps the most salient example of the insidious, surreptitious and relentless erosion of fundamental British freedoms. We will have shortly the most intrusive identity card system in the world, a CCTV camera for every 14 citizens, a DNA database bigger than any dictatorship has, with thousands of innocent children and a million innocent citizens on it. We've witnessed an assault on jury trials that bulwark against bad law and its arbitrary abuse by the state. Shortcuts with our justice system that make our system neither firm nor fair, and the creation of a database state, opening up our private lives to the prying eyes of official snoopers and exposing our personal data to careless civil servants and criminal hackers. The state has security powers to clamp down on peaceful protest and so-called hate laws that stifle legitimate debate, whilst those who incite violence get off scot-free. This cannot go on. It must be stopped. And for that reason, today I feel it's incumbent on me to take a stand. I will be resigning my membership of this House, and I intend to force a by-election in Halton, Price and Howden. Now I'll not fight it on the government's general record. There's no point repeating Crewe and Nantwich. I won't fight it on my personal record. I am just a piece in this great chess game. I will fight it. I will argue this by-election against the slow strangulation of fundamental British freedoms by this government. Now, that may mean I've made my last speech to the House. It's possible. And of course that would be a cause of deep regret to me. But at least my electorate and the nation as a whole would have had the opportunity to debate and consider one of the most fundamental issues of our day. The ever-intrusive power of the state into our lives, the loss of privacy, the loss of freedom, and the steady attrition undermining the rule of law. And if they do send me back here, it will be with a single, simple message. That the monstrosity of a law that we passed yesterday will not stand.